Alright, let's see what we can pull. The angels are still kind of lucrative. I don't think there's that many generic for. We're back to plastic. Not as easy to rip through. But I don't think things have transitioned. No, we're still just going straight to the back. Say you like Monarch, yeah. Prices might be, you know, in the toilet for now, but you just wait. Actually, I think, you know, Flesh and Blood is kind of sort of similar to Pokemon. It's not as free as Pokemon, where, you know, you buy any set and you sit on it for years and you're recouping. But I do feel like you could probably sit on the majority of Fab and just wait. But again, I would sit on singles. I wouldn't sit on boxes. You definitely go through whatever set has been. You could easily track it, I suppose. Look at sets that, you know, should come back soon enough. Stock up and then go from there. I would highly expect that lots of people were doing that with Tails. Nourishing actually might be really good. If we're getting a more aggressive style of wizard, right, Nourishing could be quite nice. The intellect is going to go a long way. Yeah. Which is definitely a good thing to have. Granted, we'll never get back to, you know, collectible prices. But you could definitely buy a whole bunch of, you know, non-foil singles, sit on them, and then just move them from the announcement. And I'm pretty sure there was lots of cards in Tails that weren't useful. They just didn't fit the optimized build of certain heroes. I think Channel Thunder Step was one of them. That spiked for like $10 during the announcement week. It's come down now. But that would have been a great time to, you know, if you had surplus, move them. But it is slightly worrisome. If we keep getting, you know, new heroes at the rate we do, then the development cycle to retouch on set will become an issue, and singles will probably collapse. Right, so this year has added how many actual? We'll have the new Tails heroes. That's 4 at least, and the 3 Mystic heroes. Oh, Taylor from Lim, I think is okay. They could easily get away at this point with just, you know, trying to extend each class to, you know, 2 or 3 playable heroes, which I really thought they were trying to do with heavy hitters. Or I should say after heavy hitters. But return to Tails is definitely necessary. Arc-like Sentinel, that might be decent. I mean, and then you also have, you know, if a hero becomes more meta-relevant, like Prism was having a little bit of a rise. Dropped off again, though. Then the cards were more useful. What we really want is Erudition. That's the disgusting card for Prism. Speaking of Victory, that's also a good one, actually. Now let's look that up, right? Because the Bolton Armory deck's coming out soon. I also kind of like how much, you know, the Armory deck for KO was sort of speculated on and talked about so much. We sort of skipped over Bolton for Azalea. I do think the Azalea one is, a lot more exciting. Yeah. What's this? As additional cost, banish X cards from your soul. Target gets plus X if you charge turn, search your deck for an action card with X or less and put it into your hand. I feel like it's too slow for what they're doing with Bolton now. No. And that's the weird thing, right? They've gone straight to Azalea instead of slowly teasing Bolton stuff. I think the main reason was, Brody doing stuff with Azalea and bringing the spotlight back to her. They sort of wanted to capitalize on that, which is, again, kind of stupid because the Azalea deck won't be out. I can't remember, is it after Rosetta? I don't know if they have dates on this. No, sorry. Azalea actually comes out before the Strike decks, technically. Comes out the same time as the Strike decks early. But yeah, Bolton is out. Bolton's out in 2 to 3 weeks. And nothing. That's interesting. In KO you had the initial spoilers. And then you had Strength Rules All came out of the woodwork, I think, wasn't it? So the spoilers was Savage Slash and Run Roughshod, I think. Any good cards in Monarch? I can't remember if... I don't think Footsteps sees any play. No. Well, in Prism it does. Yeah, see? Huge kind of drop off for the M's. Oh, there's the cold foil. Actually, I missed the cold foil for the first box, I think. Unless there wasn't one. Threw it after. Yeah. Their marketing has always sort of been a little bit questionable in what exactly they're trying to push. It, at times, just seems like a little bit of a giddy school kid, right? Where he's come up with this new cool idea and he can't wait to tell everyone. Or he does. I mean, I also don't see why they didn't, release Armory decks in conjunction with one another. Again, that's just a whole nother new player aspect, where you can get them to go pick up 2 decks. Especially because they are limited print, right? Not short print, but they are one-offs. So if they release, all 3 of them at the same time, you could have had people buy them to play, and that could have been another entry. It would have probably overshadowed Strike decks. Again, constructed being better than Blitz. But yeah, they know what brings in hype, and they sort of give up on pushing that which doesn't. It's probably the way to sum it up. Like Bolton has always been sort of an underdog hero. Some people like him, right? But overall, it's not that fantastical. I can understand that aspect. Oh, actually, one other thing with Rosetta, right? The prices will be more insane than Miss Val, because it's right at national season, right? I mean, the premiere is literally... It's at a Nationals, isn't it? Or is that a Battle Hunt? I can't remember. But either way, it's right before Nationals and then Worlds. So it's even more impactful than Miss Val, especially because it's Arcane. So the prices are going to be a lot more insane. I missed the new, right, where the rarity is onto the side, because I have to, go in a weird direction to thumb through them more quickly, instead of just going left. Anything? No. Yeah, it'll be completely different sideboards. And I cannot see how Lightning Wizard doesn't, you know, do something monumental. Because the main thing, you know, stopping Klloo from being a top deck and just being mid is his speed. Sometimes you high roll and you get lucky and you set everything up quickly, but more than likely it's going to take you a few turns. But overall, everyone will have to sideboard differently. Everyone will want more damage prevention, more arcane barrier, and I'm sure, you know, more stuff will be printed in the set. Mark of the Beast is an okay end. Yeah, anything to end this off. I've been hearing people saying a lot that Arcane this way is bad for the game, and I think it's the opposite. The lack of Arcane and too much Klloo has made people forget a core factor of the game. Yes. Yeah, it was, you know, obviously it was in the second set, so it was always meant as an aspect. In fact, wasn't it something like they wanted Wizard, and they wanted Azalea too, or something like that in the first set? But they hadn't had them worked out exactly right. Now, I have no problem with Arcane in its iteration, right? It's nice having that split damage, having, again, a different feel, something different. In fact, it epitomizes what classes in Fab should be, where they all have this diverse playstyle, and they don't overlap as much as they sort of do nowadays. But, at the same time, one thing I absolutely hate is the whole idea that in that matchup, I, not playing the Wizard, have to take lesser equipment in order to play against them. That's the only issue I have with it. So hopefully we get a lot more Arcane Barrier or Spell Void on actual impactful equipment. Oh, great, now it's going the other way. People forget that Klloo Wizards are super fast first. Why do you stop loading? People forget that non-Klloo Wizards are super fun. Yes, yeah. So Klloo, I think the play on your opponent's turn factor needs to be reduced a bit more. But Lightning will just be an aggro deck that's different to Ninja, right? And that should make it feel better. Seems like there isn't a whole lot all classes deal with arcane damage, yeah. And that's the problem, because it hasn't been relevant. They just haven't printed much. And all the damage negation is good. But yeah, Arcane Barrier is just so fringe on equipment at the moment. And again, I don't sort of see how the expansion slot isn't basically armor for everyone with different, you know, Arcane Barrier or stuff to actually be useful. Alright, there's a cold foil hiding somewhere in here. Hopefully. It might not be. But there should be. I didn't see last time. I think the fact that... Have I missed anything? No. The fact that... this seems more like a ball ladder about with the need of Arcane, but Amp will be scary. Definitely gonna shake the meta and maybe new keyword prevention. Yeah, so the idea that I like to float is on pitchables to gain Arcane Barrier, right? So if you pitch this, as long as it's in your pitch zone, it gives Arcane Barrier in some sense. Then you still have the drawable aspect. You can make them poorly statted, so it's still, you know, a choice whether or not you want to play how many of these. And then you still need Arcane Barrier on the board to get the first one into your pitch zone or something to play to get into your pitch zone. But yeah, there's probably going to be a new keyword. Oh, there we are. Ha! Of course. Stubby Hammerers. Another card that sort of goes, what if, you know, cards were specifically banned? That'd be better or worse? Zen would love Stubby Hammerers. Fortunately, you cannot play them. Alright, well, can't say any of those boxes were really standouts.